So for those of you who don't know Amy Buckland, we're very happy to have her here. When we asked Amy to write up a little bio to describe herself, she wrote that she thinks that there must be some mistake that she's speaking at this Web 2.U with the likes of Stephen Abram and Michael Stevens, who she considers to be very high-profile people, but I believe that Amy is justified in being up here as well. But when she's not gobsmacked at having opportunities like today, she is a liaison librarian at the Howard Ross Management Library here at McGill, and she is also the publisher of Library Student Journal. Amy is a proud graduate of McGill School of Information Studies, and she still can't believe that she was named the Library Journal Mover and Shaker in 2008. You can find her online. Her blog is informingthoughts.com, and in most social networks she is known as Jambina. I also used Amy in a recent paper on leadership in libraries, so yeah, but I'm sure that I won't make that paper available for you guys. I'm not putting that on open access. But thank you very much, Amy, for coming. Cheers. Thanks.
This is one of the more terrifying presentations I've ever had to do because I actually will bump into you guys again. It's not like going off. It's like, great. And last year, Miss Finley isn't here this year. Last year, my high school librarian sat in the front row, which was mortifying. But this is equally mortifying. So I speak quickly. If I go too quickly, just throw your hand up in the air. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, also throw your hand up in the air because I'm going to go into a couple of social networks and show them to you. So if I'm going too fast or you want to see something specific, please just let me know. So this is about social networks and you, all of you, also known as how Twitter got me a job. Today we're going to talk a little bit about me, a little bit about networking, a lot about social networking, and then I'm going to tell you a story. Me. So I grew up in Montreal. I went to Royal West Academy, Marianopolis, Concordia, and then did my degree here. I lived in Vancouver for a couple of years while my hubby did his master's, but we didn't like it, so we came back. I know not liking Vancouver is kooky talk to most people, but I really like freezing cold weather. I've worked at a lot of places over the course of my life. I've worked for Disney and other Mickey Mouse operations. I went to school here, and I thought I got a great education, and I was very, very happy to get my MLAS. Is Class here? No, the director of school's not here? She was here? Someone will tell her, right? So, before I dive in, when I say the word friends today, I do not mean the people that help me paint my house. I'm talking about people that I trust. Now, I may not have actually met these people in real life. There's meeting people and meeting people. It makes really no difference to me. Now, I know for a lot of people that's a huge differentiation, and they have a really hard time with it. But for me, when I say friends, it means people that I trust with information, people that I trust to share with. I'm also going to do some name dropping. This is not because I want you guys to think I'm cool and know a lot of people, or that I'm a loser and know a lot of people. It's because these people are part of my social network, and I think it's important to share this with you. So when I talk about Jessamine West from librarian.net, it's not because I want you guys to know that I know her, because she was here last year, so you know that I know her. It's because we're all on this social network together. So yesterday, she sends me an IM out of the blue saying, "Hey, what do you call these shoes?" And I said, "Sorry, what?" Really? Out of the blue in the middle of my day. I said, "I call those slides." She's like, "Awesome, because I'm putting them up on eBay." I just checked this morning, they're still not up. They're her sister's unworn. I'm sure they'll go for a steal. So that's what I mean. I'm going to name some other people. It's just to tell you part of this story. So networking. Not this kind of networking, but similar to this kind of networking. We all know what networking is. We all know you go to conferences and you meet a lot of people. Conferences are great for face-to-face. Here's a shot of some of us at computers and libraries last year. I'm not talking about this kind of networking today. I'm talking because you'll see what they're all doing while they're face-to-face. You can't see, but all of them are either on Twitter or live blogging what's going on. And talking to each other on Twitter. This is why online social networking is important. In 1895, these were the telegraph cables. This was all we had. Now we have this. These are literally the tubes that one US senator says gets clogged up on the internet. These are the tubes. So this is why moving online is a good thing for social networking. Plus, saves money. You don't have to travel to as many conferences, though sometimes we want to go to conferences, for sure. It's easy to do. You don't have to take up a lot of your time. You can always just check in on Twitter, update your Facebook status, let people know what you're doing. So that's why I'm going to talk about social networks, how you guys can participate in them, and why I think it's important that you participate in them. I'll give you guys a second to read. This is one of the best descriptions I found on social networking. Okay? So really what I want to emphasize is to get involved with social networking, you're going to have to create a profile. You're going to have to be out there. But you're out there to share with other people. Now, a lot of people get a little bit freaked out by sharing on the internet. They think, A, only evil people will want to talk to them, which is nuts. And they just think someone's going to steal my identity, right? That's what a lot of people say. Oh, no, I can't have my picture out there and my email address, because then someone's going to steal my identity. First off, most people don't want your identity. Let's be honest here. But yeah, and if they're going to pick, it's going to be Stephen Abram first. A lot of people are worried about their privacy too. They think, oh no, if I have this profile on all these social networks, people are going to know things about me. And maybe know that at the end of my 9-to-5 day at the library, I like to do something else. Heaven forbid we know nice things about each other like that. Dana Boyd said, but that's what makes it overwhelmingly awesome, that you're willing to give up this little bit of privacy and not spend your day anonymous on the internet. Okay, social networks are not for anonymous people. They're for getting yourself out there and sharing. So I'm going to dive into a couple of social networks. Who has a Facebook account? Yeah. I'm not spending a whole lot of time on Facebook because most people know a little bit about Facebook. There's the joys of Facebook. You know, you get to cat baby pictures. Everybody likes those, cat pictures, checking up on people. There's the pain of Facebook. People can find you. A lot of people don't like that. I find that there's a strange dynamic on a lot of Facebook, in the Facebook community, where people who wouldn't say hi to you on the bus will friend you. And so I have a strict rule. I don't friend anybody back unless they say hello when they friend me. Like, hey, what's new? That's all I need. But for me, Facebook is for keeping in touch with people, for communicating with people. It's not just for having my page up there and not participating. So Facebook, we all know, you can visualize your network. It's great for that. Anybody knows that when someone asks you to friend them, you can see all the friends that you have in common. This is helpful, especially if you're at a conference, let's say, and you meet someone great, and you want to maintain that relationship when you're back home at your institutions. You send them a Facebook message and just say, hey, just wanted to keep in touch. And then you two can see all the people that you know in common. It's great. Everybody's there. When you go to a conference, you can find everybody. So that's what I personally use it for. I go to conferences, I meet people, I get home, or actually, I friend them while I'm in the session listening. Just so that I remember, okay, this person I met here, they're great, this is what they do, da-da. The bad, everybody's there. It really is one of those catch-22 situations. That skeezy guy from high school can also find you. Now, the beauty of Facebook as a social network, you don't have to friend people back. That whole, I have 700 friends, how many friends do you have? That's a stupid, stupid way to build your online identity. Having a huge number of friends doesn't mean anything. It just fills your life with lots and lots of noise.